campus is closed to students and faculty, and so is the TV studio, so bear with us.
UNCP employees fill out work plans for telecommuting.
And sanitizing everything becomes the new normal. Those stories, plus Congress passes a stimulus package to address the economic impact of COVID-19. I'm Abigail Brown.
And I'm Samantha DeBusk. You're watching Carolina News Today.
I'm Mason Miller, Associate Producer for CNT. This week, students resumed classes not on campus, but online after spring break was extended 1 week. The rapid change affecting millions of professors and students across the country comes as a response to COVID-19, forcing some colleges to even end their graduation ceremonies. At UNCP, the Student Government Association used social media to poll graduating seniors for their thoughts about what university action should take around commencement. Now, the UNC system is also deciding whether or not to change classes to a pass-or-fail system, including Chapel Hill, which told their students they can opt in or out of that pass-fail system. Some drawbacks include pass-or-fails not being included in college's GPA. Now, some information we're receiving right now is very touch and go. Make sure you stay safe. For WNCP-TV, I'm Mason Miller.
Hi everyone, I'm Abigail Brown, producer for Carolina News Today. As the university makes adjustments to the semester due to COVID-19, I've been asking students and faculty how they've been adapting. Since all classes have been moved online, there were many factors to be considered in this transition to ensure a successful learning environment. Accessibility to resources being one of the biggest concerns, faculty from different departments have started utilizing video chat applications in lieu of classroom meetings. Some applications, such as WebEx or Zoom, have been the most common. These platforms allow students who can access a device with webcam and microphone capabilities to tune in during their regularly scheduled class times. For students who don't have these capabilities, professors have accepted assignments to submit via email, as well as other accommodations. As for students, many have said that the best way for them to stay on top of their coursework is by creating digital calendars and agendas to get reminders about upcoming assignments and to keep them organized. Other students say this adjustment has encouraged them to engage more with their professors in ways they hadn't before. The university bookstore has made online textbooks available for free. Unrelated to the university, Spectrum has offered free internet access for a limited time for students who need it. Since this is a big adjustment for everyone, turbulence is to be expected. Faculty and students are continuing to push through.
Wednesday night, the Executive Committee of the Faculty Senate endorsed a pass-fail option for students at the end of the semester if they don't like their final letter grade in a course. They sent the recommendation to the Office of Academic Affairs. UNC Chapel Hill and some other schools in the UNC system have already announced similar pass-fail or credit-no-credit options.
This week, the Robeson County Health Department announced a second positive coronavirus test. This Robeson County resident is being monitored and is following isolation orders at home. The patient was tested at a local health clinic and had been in close contact with the first coronavirus patient announced earlier. The Centers for Disease Control defines close contact as being within 6 feet of somebody for about 10 minutes or longer. The coronavirus is most commonly spread through respiratory drops that are airborne.
A relief organization founded by actor Sean Penn will return to Pembroke this time to help feed Lumbee elders during this COVID-19 pandemic. This group is known as CORE, which stands for Community Organized Relief Effort. Penn mentioned the food distribution while participating in a CNN town hall broadcast with Anderson Cooper. Lumbee Tribal Chairman Harvey Godwin acknowledged CORE's assistance this week.
This past week on CNN, Sean Penn was on camera and he shouted out the Lumbee tribe that he was collaborating with the tribe and bringing in supplies for our elders. We've been working on this for 2 weeks, and actually we've been working with CORE and have been collaborating with home rehabilitations. We're going to do about 35 of those with CORE, and we've been working on those, and that's in process right now.
Godwin also said he participated in a conference call with other tribes and the Trump administration.
This past week I was included with other tribes across America on a teleconferencing call with the White House, and this was Indian country COVID COVID-19 response team. And this was discussion amongst the tribes, telling the White House what the tribes need during this time of not a disaster yet, but emergency, that funding that's necessary to keep our people safe and to help our people that may become ill. We just found out this morning that $80 million has been granted just last night, and $40 million will be for new non-competitive funding that our tribe can apply for. So as we speak, we're putting together a team with Ms. Tammy Maynard and some others of how we can organize a committee to go after these grants, and we're working on that right now. And when we receive this grant money, we'll be able to help our people in a mighty way.
Over the extended break, the university and campus community are saddened to learn the loss of Dr. David Maxwell of the biology department. Dr. Maxwell was killed in a crash on Highway 711 heading east towards Lumberton when his Jeep Cherokee crashed into a GMC pickup truck. Charges for the other driver may be pending. Dr. Maxwell was 75 years old and taught for Pembroke for more than 50 years. He taught 2 sections of human anatomy and physiology this semester in 3 labs, which will now be reassigned.
Just before midnight Wednesday in Washington, D.C., the Senate approves one of the largest emergency aid packages in the nation's history.
The nays are 0. The 60-vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
The American people have 2 trillion reasons to feel a little more comfortable about the U.S. economy. That's the amount of the stimulus package the Senate passed Wednesday night.
It's a historic day because it matches a historic crisis.
It includes $250 billion for direct payments to individuals and families, another $250 billion in unemployment insurance benefits, $350 billion for small business loans, and $500 billion in loans for distressed corporations.
The Senate has pivoted from one of the most contentious, partisan periods in the nation's history to passing this rescue package.
It now goes to the House of Representatives for a vote, which will most likely happen on Friday. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
On Wednesday, Governor Roy Cooper acknowledged in a press conference that rules put in place to prevent the spread of the coronavirus were hard on everyone, but more preventative actions will be necessary in the coming weeks.
We're in the process of working on additional statewide guidance and restrictions that we will be announcing soon. It's imperative that we keep North Carolinians safe while at the same time doing everything that we can to limit the economic impact of this virus on businesses, workers, and their families. These are difficult, deliberate decisions, and it is important that we get them right. There are also important steps that we can take right now to slow a spike in cases that could overwhelm our medical system. Stay at home when you can. Practice social distancing wherever you are. If you are a business and haven't done so yet, get your social distancing and telework plans in place now.
Before the pandemic restrictions were put in place, UNCP staff enjoyed a cooking competition while the students were on spring break.
15 teams competed in a chili cook-off that was a fundraiser for the Staff Council. The event was held March 9th in the UC Annex at lunchtime. It was $10 to compete and $3 to taste and vote.
It was a great event today. Lots of good competition here, lots of good chili. I personally like something with a little kick to it. I know other people prefer something different, and that's okay. There's a lot of variety here today, and I think that was part of what made it so appealing too. There's something for everybody today, and it's also a good cause. This is going back for scholarships for the Staff Council, so I think that's a win for everybody. And we had a great day of chili.
The chili was just awesome.
There's so many to choose from. I mean, every one of them were just, they were incredible. It was like a party going on in your mouth. The very last one, I would have to say it was sweet and spicy, just a lot of different things going on. It's too hard to choose, it really is.
The reigning champs is Campus Police. They won it 2 years ago. And so this year, I think they have a really good chance to possibly win it again. They actually just won the Best Decorated Table Award. So they received a $200 gift card from a local photographer.
The food's been absolutely wonderful. There's something for just about everyone. You know, there's some taste that I haven't had before. There's some sweet chili. There's some tangy chili. There's some gamey chili, and you know, I've had fun going around to the tables because I know most of the people that are actually cooking it. So sat down, and I think maybe I tried at least 13, 14 different styles of chili, and I've narrowed it down to 3, and I know which 3 that I like the best, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to win.
Third place went to the School of Education's Brave Chili Gals. The Law Dogs of Police and Public Safety dropped to second place this year. And first place was won by the Frito Bandito, Tony Wilson, the school webmaster from University Communications and Marketing.
This week's dog is Prudence, and Prudence is a little ball of energy and fire. She's super sweet. She was brought in, of course, someone found her as a stray, literally could fit in our hand. Little roly-poly, we have an unexpected visitor into the house. A little roly-poly white cutie pie. This is not Prudence. That's another little friend named Jose. Prudence is about 4 months old, so she's not been spayed yet, but she's up to date on all shots. She's heartworm negative. Of course, if she stays here past 6 months, she will be neutered spayed before she goes home. We want her in a home that has children. She's great with kids. She loves to play. She has a lot of energy. So we want to make sure that she has plenty of attention and exercise and playtime, preferably someone that has a fenced yard, a good-sized fenced yard. She's also used to being in the house. So we had, when she was first brought here, she was so young that we would had one of our employees took her home at night. And so she got used to playing with kids, and she got used to being inside a home. So she will do great. And she's also a smaller dog. She's not a huge bulldog. She's small, compact. And she is just a sweetie. She's a sweet, happy, playful, loving dog. Again, she gets along with other dogs and cats. She might want to chase after your cat because she's a puppy, but she would do good in a home that has kids or does not have kids, as long as she gets a lot of exercise and play. You can contact us at our 5th Street location, 3180 West 5th Street. You can call us at 910-738-8282, and we'll send you application via email. Or you can go on our email, rchsfriendsforlife@gmail.com, and reach out to us, and we'll send you an application through that method.
A medical center in North Carolina now has 7,000 more N95 masks. Some might call how it got them miraculous. Members of the Mana Church in Fayetteville found the mask in storage. They were part of the church's disaster response supplies, left over from Hurricane Florence. The church delivered them to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center Monday. Staff there say they'll keep workers safe as they care for people with COVID-19. Christopher Fletcher is the lead pastor at Mana Church.
This is what Jesus told us when he said to be his hands and feet. The responsibility was not just to shepherd those who sat in the room. It was to help make a difference in our city. It was to help show people that Jesus loves them. And if this goes some way to help with that, we're grateful. That's our mission.
North Carolina officials have turned Charlotte Motor Speedway into a COVID-19 testing site. They say it's the first professional sports venue to be used as a drive-through testing site. Patients pull up to the ZMAX Dragway atrium for health workers to check them. The workers say patients experience the added comfort of being tested while in their cars.
You just drive up, you get a swab in the back of your nose, and you drive on out. You have privacy, you don't have to sit in a waiting room.
You may be surprised at how long the virus that causes COVID-19 can survive on surfaces. A recent study breaks down the numbers. Here's CNN's Mandy Gaither.
It's a vicious virus that spreads easily, and a recent study shows the virus that causes COVID-19 can survive on surfaces for hours, even days. The results published in the New England Journal of Medicine say that COVID-19 can hang out as droplets and remain in the air for up to 3 hours. The study found that the novel coronavirus can survive up to 4 hours on copper, up to 24 hours on cardboard, and 2 to 3 days on plastic and stainless steel. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention continue to recommend the cleaning of frequently touched surfaces and objects every day, including counters, tabletops, doorknobs, bathroom fixtures, toilets, phones, keyboards, tablets, and bedside tables. If the surfaces are dirty, clean them first with detergent and water, then disinfect them. The CDC recommends diluted bleach solutions, 5 tablespoons of bleach per gallon of water, and alcohol solutions with at least 70% alcohol. The agency says most household cleaners or disinfectants registered with the Environmental Protection Agency should be effective too. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Welcome to NCDOT Now. I'm Lauren Haviland. The North Carolina Department of Transportation is doing its part to protect public health during the coronavirus outbreak, and we're asking all of you to help us. For now, the Division of Motor Vehicles is consolidating in-person services to driver license offices large enough to maintain proper social distancing. The DMV has closed about 60 offices, and the offices that remain open are handling appointment-only visits.
We are limiting the number of people that can come into the office at one time so that we can exercise the proper social distancing.
If you plan to visit a driver license office, make sure to visit the DMV website and click on Offices and Services at the top. The Ferry Division is strengthening procedures too. Crews are increasing regular cleaning practices in seating areas and restroom facilities. Ferry employees are required to wash their hands frequently and are encouraged to wear gloves to help stop the spread of the virus. Also, passengers are urged to stay in their vehicles if possible. For more information on the coronavirus, we urge you to visit the state's Health and Human Services website. NCDOT will also provide updates as necessary. That's all for this week's edition of NCDOT Now. From all of us here at the North Carolina Department of Transportation, safe travels.
Hi everybody, I'm CNT reporter and anchor Samantha DeBus. I'm also a student athlete here at UNCP on the golf team. We are actually the last team to be able to compete this semester. We flew to California on March 6th, the Friday that kicked off spring break. We golfed at the Future Cura Invitational in Vista, California. After the practice round, we were informed that we might need to self-isolate for 14 days when we returned to campus because California was already in a state of emergency. At that point, we thought we would be missing 2 weeks of classes and the tournament we host in Wallace, North Carolina. Everyone was a little concerned about the unknown, but we had to focus on the tournament. The tournament was changed to 36 holes on Monday due to a strong chance of rain on Tuesday. UNCP finished 9th out of 14 teams. A few days later, we were in Palm Desert, California for the Augustana Spring Fling Tournament. We were then told we just have to answer some questions about any symptoms we might be experiencing and any potential exposure we had to the virus. About 3.5 hours into the first round of competition, the round was postponed due to a thunderstorm. We finished that round and the second round on Friday. The team finished in 3rd out of 6 teams. In the middle of the round, coach received word that the rest of our season was canceled and spring break was extended another week before we transitioned to online classes. I ended up driving home from California with my parents because we knew that airports were high-risk places for the virus. After students were pretty much ordered to not return to campus or apply for an exception, our teammate Amanda Hamrin decided to move back to Sweden where there are less cases of the virus. In general, the seniors are very sad that their season was cut short and they were not able to compete at conference. I'm just a junior, but I feel for all the student athletes that had their season cut short or their careers ended because of COVID-19. Remember to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds and stay at home. For Carolina News Today, I'm Samantha DeBusk.
What is up, Brave Nation? I'm Tyler Sports Guy, and I know I said that I was finished for the semester, but because of the coronavirus, we are short on crew while working remotely from home. So I will continue as your sports anchor until further notice. So, what's going on in Brave Athletics? Well, as Samantha already told you, spring sports have all been shut down. The men's basketball team was literally on the team bus on the way to Tennessee on March 12th. Before the team could arrive to the destination, the bus was told to turn around and bring the team back, and the NCAA tournament was canceled. UNCP track and cross-country star Joshua Chepkesser was headed to Alabama to compete in the 3,000 and 5,000 meter run in the NCAA championship before he was told to head back home. Even the wrestling team had their bags packed and headed to South Dakota in hopes to claim individual national championship titles. But once they landed, they were also told to head back to North Carolina the next day. This pandemic has completely shut down all sports due to safety protocol for athletes and fans. Braves baseball was 10-2 in the Peach Belt Conference and 18-5 overall when the season was called off. Softball finished their season with a record of 13-9. The NCAA sent out a statement on March 13th stating that the committee has granted an additional season of eligibility to athletes in spring sports and waived sports sponsorship requirements for schools canceling spring seasons. This will impact players who are planning on graduating in May, giving them an opportunity to stay longer to play a full season. Athletic Director Dick Christie had an inspiring message to the Brave Nation and athletes during this time away from the game.
We'll be taking the next few weeks and reworking Cash Bash, Golden Braves Awards, and plan to celebrate you all publicly as best we can from all the great accolades this year and all of the wonderful history that we have. There has never been a better time to be a Brave. And as I mentioned in my letter to you last week, what you're experiencing now is unprecedented. So it's okay to be sad or disappointed. But as legendary basketball coach Kay Yao used to say, don't wallow in self-pity. Swish your feet and get out. The discipline that you've learned through your sport can carry you to make great decisions with your time over the next few weeks. You will have to be more self-motivated. You will have to stay on top of your work, particularly your online coursework. And if you're healthy, now is an extremely important time to continue to work out. Not just for your body, but for your mind and for your soul too. You have our commitment that Brave Nation's coaches, staff, and donors will use this time to our advantage, and the athletic experience that you will return to will be improved as a result of this awkward pause. Stay safe, stay connected, and keep striving to be better every day. God bless all of you, and go Braves.
Drew Richards, a former Braves basketball associate head coach, is now returning to the squad as the new head coach. He is the program's 16th head coach in the 80-year history of the men's basketball program. Richards led Lander in the 2019-2020 season to the PBC Tournament Championship and a berth into the NCAA postseason. Welcome back, Coach Richards. We are excited for your future to come. Watch how being isolated couldn't keep one marathon runner from going the distance. And competitors of all ages are finding ways to stick with their routines. Take a look.
Watch a runner in France run the entire length of a full marathon on his apartment balcony. The 32-year-old furloughed worker wasn't about to let a little thing like a global pandemic quarantine stop him from going the distance, so he decided to keep up his training by running the length of the marathon, that's more than 26 miles, on his 23-foot balcony. And the feat looked incredibly boring. But thankfully his girlfriend was there supporting him, feeding him M&Ms and Coca-Cola all along the way. Hey, you want to win? You gotta fuel like a winner. The man estimates he made roughly 3,000 laps on the balcony and finished in 6 hours and 48 minutes, a personal record. I'm betting it was all the sugar.
When
When a Nebraska girls' dance competition was canceled due to the coronavirus, her state trooper dad waltzed in and saved the day. Like so many activities, the girls' dance season had to be put on hold, what with all the social distancing and all. So the students were encouraged to practice by teaching their routine to their parents. That included Lieutenant Krunke of the Nebraska State Patrol. He performed the full routine and was praised for being a good sport. Nebraska State Patrol shared the video, which so far has racked up over 142,000 views. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
And that's all the sports updates I have for you this time. I'm Ty the Sports Guy. Thanks for watching.